What's up? What's up? It's me, and it's been a while, but I'm back. Finally figured out how to use these cameras again, and actually had to do a bike race. And this was last Sunday down in Santa Clarita, California, right by Magic Mountain, if you know where that is. And this was my uh, second race in 2 days. The day before, I raced in the other direction, down close to the Mexican border, down at Barrio Logan. So I'm just giving you a preview of the course right here. It's pretty straightforward. It's like a 3.5 corner crit in an industrial park. Been racing here for years. They use different variations of this industrial park. This is a little uphill right there. I think it goes as much as like 2.5%. And this is the Masters 40 plus, and Methods to Winning had a good field. It was about, I think we had 5 riders. Right in front of me is Arturo Enya. You saw Sharon Smith in his national championship jersey, just going off the front. And that was the first lap. I sped it up so you can see it, but first lap you see a group already of like 9 or 10 guys trying to slip off the front. They're not going that fast, and we're not going that fast, so I'm not really worried. The main players today, outside of our own team, Methods to Winning, was definitely a Hit Squad right in front of me. Also Evoke, you can see that behind me. That's John Slover, a newly formed team, I think over the last couple years, founded by Bart Clifford. And yeah, the day before I didn't feel that well, so I was a little hesitant to start digging right away. I wanted to allow my body to just kind of adapt. Saturday, like I said, down in Barrio Logan, I did the pro race, and I was happy to get the miles in my legs, but I just didn't feel good. You can see right here, this group is actually starting to just go. Mike Easter is another guy on Methods to Winning, my team, and he's already off the front. And honestly, I was kind of happy with it because he is definitely a really strong rider. His intellect is pretty good when it comes to race tactics, and he can sprint. So I think for our team, we were kind of like, all right, that's cool, whatever. Let him stay out there. So yeah, this is Masters racing right here. It's nothing glamorous about it. We're not going that fast, but I have bigger goals that's going to come later in the season. So I didn't want to just putz around. I wanted to give some good effort. So I mean, I really didn't have any business chasing this one rider down. I don't think he had a chance to make it across to the break early, or make it across to the break by himself. And maybe he thought, maybe he wasn't trying to make it to the break. Maybe he was just trying to get the group motivated to chase. But the problem is, there's an Evoke rider, there's a Hit Squad rider, and then it's one of our riders. So the 3 biggest teams are all represented. So we're kind of trying to figure out, who's not happy with that combination. So the Hit Squad rider that just hit out was Pat Boss. He's a proven strong guy that could really get the field going. Right in the center of my rear view camera is Dave Casel. He came down from Northern California to race with us. It was kind of cool to see him. Haven't seen him in a while. But I think everyone knows him too, and so for him to miss that early move, he would almost have to just ride the front to bring the brake back, because no one's going to give him an inch. If he attacks, everyone's going to follow. That's the homie right behind me from the hub city. We're from the same city, Compton. I told him I was happy to see his progress over the last 12 months. He's come a long way as a new rider, and now he's up there racing in the front and not just being in the field, which is always a good thing, contributing to the race. So yeah, at this point, I'm just watching, and like I said, I'm buying my time. We're probably about 10 minutes in right now. I've definitely skipped over some laps in this edit, but I just wanted to show you some of the key moments in the race. As you can see, I'm just kind of following Will's, not really using big efforts, and you just got to follow the good guys. There's a saying, follow the good guys and do what they do, and follow the bad guys and don't do what they do. And that's just one of the things I try to live by, ride by. So yeah, the group is going right now. I'm on the front trying to see what's going to happen, and then I look back, and there it is. Look, we got 4 riders: Dustin, James. I'm not sure who 817 is. Can't see his face, but I thought honestly that they would be super motivated to go across, because if they went across, they would have 3 of their riders in the break. But they were not that excited. Dustin was soft pedaling the whole time. It really didn't give an asserted effort to try to make it across to the break. You can see right here, like 27, 28 miles an hour. And then once off the gas, when Evo gets pulling, we're going a little less than that, and it's just, you can just feel the speed starting to come down. So at this point, like, what do you do? Do you force the issue, or do you just follow the moves and let the chips fall where they may? So this is a slight, after you do the little riser, slight downhill, and I always use this spot to, it's like free speed, all you have to do is put a little bit of pressure on the pedals and you're gonna go a lot faster. So if I had an opportunity to pull right there, I'm definitely gonna pull, because like I said, it's free speed and it's not that hard. So I'm looking back and I'm like, all right, this is still a decent gap. I don't know who's chasing right now. My intuition has to be that it's a hit squad. They don't have a rider in the break, in this group at least. And to be honest with you, I was super motivated, because I really wanted to see my boy James behind me make the break, and be able to ride at the front of the race. So this is an effort. If you look to the top left, you see my heart rate is at 176 for an old man. That's pretty high for me. I mean, not high like that, but it's up there. When I was pro, I could ride at 170 and have a full-on conversation. I can't do that now. 177 beats per minute is pretty high. My max heart rate right now is only 182. I am working to get that to around 185, 186. I think that'd be really cool. I probably will see that in Tulsa. I'm hoping I see that in Tulsa coming up in a couple weeks. If I can get my heart rate up that high, definitely means my fitness is there, and I can dig even deeper. So I'm looking forward to being able to get that up. So this is lap 3. We've been up the front for 3 laps now. Like I said, if we would have did it a little earlier, been a little bit more assertive with our efforts, I think we probably would have slipped away. And if you look ahead, you could barely see the group going, or the leaders just turning that slight bend into turn 1. And at this point, we're kind of losing steam. I can't do the bulk of the work. I honestly, I didn't feel that good. We'll talk about that a little later, of how my legs kind of turned around. So I see the group. I'm like, we're not going to make it, so I'm not going to do another pull. As I figured, and now I can see that it is indeed the other team that's missing, which is Hit Squad. They're on the front chasing. Good chase, good chase. And what I was expecting right here, and what you got to know is, as soon as they catch us, somebody's got to feel good. Somebody's got to want to go. And that's what I'm thinking right now. So I'm setting myself up, put myself in the best position to watch for a counter, making sure my gears are intact. Like, I'm not over geared, I'm not under geared, and I'm not, like overlapping the wheel or pinching myself in a corner. And boom, just like that, Arturo follows the move, which takes a couple other guys with him. There's Sharon following Dave Casel, and I actually yelled at Steven Salazar right there. I was like, hey, that's your move. So that move didn't go anywhere, but then the reshuffle, there's another move going on. I yell at James to go, even though he's not my teammate. I was actually yelling at him to go because I wanted him to make the break. Seriously, I was really rooting for him this day. And so I see that it's way too many guys. So Steven's on the front, my teammate. As I pass by, I say, close the door. He didn't hear because I wanted him to go right. I just figured that people would follow. So now the race is on. Like, all right, we've been going hard for like the last 4 or 5 laps. Groups are starting to split. I'm like, I can't wait. So I just literally stay on the gas. I know that it's gonna hurt right here up over this little hill. Look, I hit close to 800 watts. But like I said, I get free speed right here. And then Dave and I don't know who this other guy is playing games. So I just continue to go around, keep the pressure on. No one seemed to be motivated. Sharon could see our teammate up ahead, who's been off the front since pretty much lap one. So as soon as I get on Sharon's wheel, he sees me, so he digs a little deeper. And then you have an Evoque rider coming up from behind because he understands this is the move, man. Like, this is the group I need to be in. So that's a good effort by him. As soon as I get to Sharon, I say, hey, man, just give me a second. That's what I told him right here. So I just needed to recover. Look, 179 beats per minute, 180. I didn't even know I hit that. But you know what? It's a team effort. You got to dig. No time to wait. I want to keep the pressure on. So this is a little slight riser right here. Sharon gets back on the wheel, and this is what you live for. This is the best case scenario. You got Mike Easter in the front group, and then you have the two fastest guys on the team coming across to him. This is like perfect scenario. 3 methods to winning in a group of 6. I mean, you're talking about best odds. So right now it's just like about being all in, you know. So I take a pretty long pull to make sure Sharon can recover from the attack he had. At this point, actually, it's when I talked about Mike Easter having good race IQ, he decided to sit up. You know, he's like, of course I'm gonna wait for these guys, you know, and I'm sure they're like, God damn it, you know, we're doomed now. But not necessarily. Look, two Evoque, 1 hit squad, and then 3 methods to winning. I know that the hit squad and Evoque are 2 different teams, but if I'm them, I'm gonna have a little powwow and say, hey, we're gonna race. It's 3 against 3, you know. So hit squad, you're gonna join our team for this breakaway, and let's do our best to beat the methods to winning team. So right now, you know, honestly, we're in the driver's seat. We have 3 cards to play, and let me be clear, Mike Easter's no slouch when it comes to the sprint. If you look at Sharon's video from Tour de Marietta and the crit, I was doing the lead out for Mike. I didn't have enough juice to get him high up the road for the sprint. I wanted to get him a lot closer. So he started sprinting from about 400 out and still held off the field sprint. The field sprint to win. So that was pretty incredible. So he could sprint. So yeah, now, you know, for me, it's just trying to relax. We're not going that hard. You can see the speeds drop 24 miles an hour. I really think this is a good break, so I want to get it going. And if you look in the rearview camera, the riders are just coming out of that last corner. So we have about a whole straightaway on them, and I'm trying to motivate them to get going. This is it, you know. This is the move that could potentially go on to lap the field, because it's that kind of course. So again, we're not really giving it everything yet. We're just kind of out there. I think everyone's trying to either, you know, assess the damage or figure out if this is what they really want to do and commit to this break. And to be honest, I mean, you're not going to get a better break than this. You know, for these guys that are out there with us, they wouldn't be able to be out there without us, if that makes sense. So if they're in a break without us, we're chasing it back. So this is literally the best case scenario. And a little shocked that we weren't going a little harder and giving it our all. I mean, it's like when you establish a break, usually the first, you know, 10, 15 minutes are the hardest, and then you can settle in, and it's not as hard anymore. Sometimes it's actually easier in the break than it is in the field. There's no fighting. The lines are the same. The people you're riding with actually want to see you succeed because they want to stay out there as well. So it's like your team, your competitors become your teammates while you're in the break, and then towards the end of the race, they become your enemies again. So you can go for the win. So it's a little slow for me right here. I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna just get on the gas a little bit. So I just start pounding on the pedals a little bit, and just to see if I can get a reaction from the field, from our group. And nothing really happened. You can see they're just trying to set tempo. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of did it, and then the mistake, Dustin made right there was pulling off, um, and allowing these gaps to open, and it was just frustrating. I think in a way that's just masters racing at a local level. Mike Easter comes across, and the group behind is probably just waiting on Sharon to do all the work. But in Sharon's, tactic, it's like I have two teammates ahead of me in a group of three. It's 2 against 1. Why would I chase? So as you can see, this gap just grows and grows and grows and grows. So that was literally the move. That's it. So that group of 6 turned to 3, and that's it. We're gonna rotate. Our our competitor there from Evo actually contributed the entire time. Didn't complain one time. Didn't say, "Hey, you have a teammate." I took a fair share of pulls off. I had Mike there. I could play that card. I did want to contribute, but there were some laps where I just felt horrible. So I would just sit on, and to be honest, I had every right to, because I had Mike Easter there, and that's one of the beautiful things when you have a rider like him. And it was really, honestly, it was nothing the other guy could do except continue to ride. So we're getting down to the end now. We've just been kind of doing our laps. It's 4 laps to go. Like I said, pretty good group. No one complained. So you see that? He saw that I was going to sit on this lap. He just slotted right back in, because you got to think about it. In his mind, what is he going to do? Go back to the field and risk not getting top 3? So no, you have to be content. Maybe someone has a mechanical, maybe someone has a flat, and it's 2 laps to go. And so now it's he could get second, or who knows. You just have to go all in, and I think that was a good call by him, by just riding. So at this point, I'm just trying to conserve and get the heart rate down, which I did a pretty good job at doing. I was getting ready to pull, but Mike is like, "Nah, chill, man. I got it." Got my heart rate down to low 160s, which is pretty cool. You can see I'm not really on the power here, and now I just get to chill and relax and wait for the sprint. So I actually did this move purposely. I really wanted Mike to go off the front and win solo, because he did a majority of the work from lap 1 for our team. And so I was like, to reward him, he should go off the front. So what I did, I looked like I was going to pull after him, and I didn't, and it allowed this gap to open. Mike saw it, Mike attacked, and it just put a little pressure on the other rider. But he was strong enough and smart enough to just use that effort to get back on. And now it is 3 laps to go, and just like that, you can see my heart rate went up to 173 with just that small effort. 2 laps to go. Now I'm thinking about what exactly I'm going to do. Am I going to hit out early? Am I going to just wait for the sprint? So I'm running through these scenarios. I'm also looking at the gear selection of the rider in front of me to see how fresh he is. And you can tell a lot by body language, gear selection, how someone's feeling. To be honest, I think he felt amazing. He was strong all day. Right here, I go up to Mike and I tell him exactly what I'm going to do. I said, "Hey, I may hit out early. I think he's going to be eager to chase. Once he catches on, you go over the top. We should be able to get 1-2. And he goes, "Okay." Boom. So that was the tactics. I made up my mind with a lap and a half to go what I was going to do. And here we are, bell lap. Now this is a little scary. Look at my heart rate. It dropped all the way down to 148. That's too low, That's too low. It was better when I was around 160. I felt lively. Yeah. So that was interesting, and I could feel it. I could feel that my heart rate was getting low, almost, like I was going to be chilling. So here we are. This is actually a headwind right here, coming straight off the canyon, and it was just a block headwind, and you can see where the watts kind of shoot up to push through that. And I didn't talk about this little section either. It's actually a slight uphill that you could see, a little bit of elevation. And when you're digging hard through that headwind, you actually feel this. So if you look behind, you could see how the road goes. So right here, I'm actually ready to go, right? I'm ready to go. He's using the look over the shoulder. I'm ready. You see my heart rate starting to go up a little bit, like the body's ready to go. And what I want to do is hit out inside right here, boom, right? So I do a little test, and he was quick to react. And what I did was set down. I said, you know what? As soon as they pass me, I'm gonna do it again. So I set myself up right here, and what I did, as they're coasting, I'm already on the gas, and I get myself far away from them, and I'm looking over, looking good, downhill, shift, put the speed on, and last corner you can see, boom, I had a nice gap, and it's only about 125 meters from the finish, and yeah, that's how I won my first race of 2022, and Mike Easter cleaned it up. It was a good job by all the boys, honestly, and looking forward to getting out to Tulsa. We're gonna have our full squad there, and it should be fun. Thanks for watching.